Most editors are going to waste the next 12 months chasing scraps. $200 here, $300 here, hoping something finally clicks. But a few, and I mean a small few, will use the next 4 months to lock in 5k plus monthly retainers and never look back. Here's the truth that nobody tells you. Editing is not about learning new transitions or using new plugins, because clients who pay premium rates, they never buy edits. They buy the outcomes your edits bring. And I know this because this was my life a few years ago. I went from being completely ignored, doing $150 gigs, praying for replies, to signing 5k a month retainers. And all of that happened just because I positioned myself differently. And in this video I'm going to break it down for you. Why most editors will fall this year, how to flip your mindset into ROI editing, and the exact daily checklist you need to follow to make up the great lock-in. And if you commit to everything I say in this video, 5k a month by January will not be impossible. So let me get started. Hitting 5k a month sounds impossible when you're stuck at $200 projects. But the reality is that 5k a month is actually just 2 or 3 clients paying 2k a month each. That's it. That's your baseline. And I've seen editors do this over and over again. And these were not people with massive portfolios, not people with years of experience. They just shifted how they position themselves and who they spoke to. And that's when everything changes. Right now, your projects drag on way too long. You probably spend hours locked in on your timeline, and by the time the clients actually get the finished project, you're already burnt out. And then your payment shows up late, or worse, it doesn't even show up at all. Your cash flow is inconsistent. One month you might scrap together 1.2k, and the next month you're back at almost zero. And every week you're in the same cycle, editing, then looking for new projects, then editing those projects and looking for new ones. The same every single day. And because of all this pressure, you probably told yourself what I used to believe. If I just edit faster, clients will respect me more and I will be able to get even more clients. But let's be real, that's not a good strategy. That's just desperation disguised as effort. It's like running harder on a hamster wheel hoping you will get somewhere. No matter how fast you go, you're still stuck in that same loop. But before I break this down step by step, I want to give you something personally. I recorded a free video that walks you through the exact steps you need to take to reach 5k a month. It's the exact blueprint I wish I had when I was stuck in a $200 cycle. So watch that video after this one, the link is in the description. Let's get back. Let's do the math for a second. You want 5k a month? Cool. But the $200 projects, that's 25 clients a month. Think about that. That's almost 1 client every single day. Now just imagine managing 25 clients. 25 sets of messages, 25 revisions, 25 projects, 25 payments, and 25 chances of someone ghosting you. Even if you could physically handle all that work, which you can't, you would be so burnt out just after a few days. And that's the trap that most editors fall into. They think the solution is just to edit faster so they can bring in more clients. But that doesn't solve their problems, it just speeds up their burnout. Because editing harder doesn't equal freedom. It just equals less time for yourself, less freedom, and ironically, less respect from your clients. Because when you're rushing to survive, you're not able to think strategically, and clients, they feel that. And lowering your rates, that's even worse, because it doesn't make you more attractive, it just signals to the clients that you're desperate. And desperate editors, they have never landed 5k a month retainers. So if speed and skills aren't the answer, then what is? Here's the shift that changes everything. The editors who are going to win in 2025, they aren't the fastest ones. And they are not the ones stacking flashy transitions and motion graphics. They are the ones who tie their simple edits to business results and ROI. Look at it from the client's perspective. A business owner doesn't wake up feeling like, damn, I would really need some cool edits right now. They wake up thinking, how can I get more customers? How can I grow my business? And this is where most editors shoot themselves in the foot. Because they position themselves as a pair of hands. as someone who makes the timeline look good, who makes the videos cool. But when you just flip how you speak and how you position yourself into ROI editing, you're not selling edits anymore, you're selling outcomes. Here's what I mean by this. Imagine you edit a 10-minute YouTube video for a coach. That video drives in 1,000 leads into their funnel. And if even 1% of those leads convert on a $500 offer, that's 5K in revenue from one video. So now tell me, would that client care if you charge 2K a month? No, they would happily pay it over and over again. And that's the leverage of ROI editing. When your work ties directly to the creator's revenue, you're not seen as an expense anymore. You become an investment. And here's the thing, businesses, they cut out expenses while they protect their investment. So you can stay an editor and keep fighting for scraps, or step into being a growth partner and have clients come to protect you. The punchline is this: you're not an editor anymore, you're a growth partner, and the moment you see yourself as a growth partner, you will scale massively and you will drive in so many more clients that pay well. And most editors, they never cross that line. They spend year after year searching for $200 projects, thinking, when will I scale? When will I be able to sign more clients or better ones? But the editors who actually sign the good clients, they do ROI editing. But let me ground this in reality, because right now you're probably thinking, okay, but how does this work? One of the editors I helped land a 3K a month retainer with a coach. And the crazy part is that the coach didn't care about how good they were at editing. They didn't care about transitions or motion graphics. They just wanted to see results and outcomes. And within 2 months, that coach saw insane growth in their lead funnel. And not because the edits were insanely good, but because they drove in sales. So paying that 3K a month suddenly felt cheap for the coach. And that's the beauty about ROI editing. When you frame yourself around revenue, the math works in your favor. Let's run it. If a client sells a $2,000, let's run it. If your client sells a $2,000 offer, it only takes them 1 sale a month to cover your entire retainer. Just one. Everything after that is profit for them. And when they see that return, are they going to think about canceling your contract? Never. And it isn't just about coaches. Every business and entrepreneur you see creating videos, they need an editor who can drive them in sales. And editing is usually really simple. Look at any entrepreneur selling an offer. Their edits are usually very simple. Of course, there are a few animations here and there for some of them, but most of them, they just want a bit of text on screen and you cutting out the dead space. So that's the point I want you to really sit with. When your work becomes a growth engine for your client, you stop being optional, you stop being replaceable. You go from just an editor to a person they protect. And once you see how that dynamic works, it reframes your work forever. Now, let's get practical. I'm not just going to give you vague advice on how to position yourself better and then just leave you there. This is a daily and weekly blueprint I want you to follow during the whole Great Lock-in, from September to December. The exact actions that can take you from $200 projects to 5K a month retainers. And you can use this exact blueprint that I will tell you now, or create your own one that matches your needs better. Step 1. Daily outreach, 15 to 20 prospects per day. This is a non-negotiable. 15 qualified prospects every single day. Not random DMs, not begging for work, but reaching out to businesses, coaches, agencies, e-commerce brands, the ones who actually pay 2K plus a month. By week 4, if you've consistently done this, you will have spoken to over 420 leads. Think about that. That's 420 chances to land a premium client. And most editors, they never even hit that volume because they are just waiting for someone to find them, or they just get unmotivated when they don't see responses. So you need to filter out all the bad clients and only go after high-ticket niches where the ROI actually matters the most. And this is not about wasting time on every single client you see and trying just to find someone who can pay you. This is about being more selective, because the more selective you are, the faster you can lock in retainer clients. Now, step 2, authority signal, one piece per week. Every week, post one thing that demonstrates your ROI focus. It doesn't have to be complex. It can just be, for example, this client gained 500 leads from one video I created for them last month. And boom, you've just shown measurable impact without needing a huge portfolio. And those posts, they build up credibility fast, even if you don't have years of experience or a massive following. Because people will start seeing you as someone who delivers growth, not just edits. Step 3 is the portfolio shift you will need to make by around month 2. Replace your cool edits with mini case studies that prove your impact. 2 is enough to start with, and they can even be mock case studies. For example, you can analyze a YouTube channel or an e-commerce brand and then outline suggested improvements and show potential ROI. When a client sees this in your portfolio, they will start thinking, this person understands results. They're not just giving edits, they are strategizing for growth. And that mindset shift alone in your portfolio will drive in a lot more clients and actually show your value. Step 4 is that you need to skill deep work. Just 45 minutes a day. You need to spend focused time daily on storytelling, hooks, retention, and not on flashy edits or endless editing tutorials. Because this compounds your leverage. Because the better you become at creating videos that actually convert and retain viewers, the more your ROI credibility skyrockets. Step 5 is energy habits. 3 to 4 workouts a day and 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Yes, I know this sounds weird. Why would I include this in a editing video? But this matters a lot, because you can't lock in 5K a month retainers if you're mentally fried, consistently tired and stressed. Regular exercises and proper rest keeps your brain sharp and your decision making even better. And that then keeps you from burning out. Step 6, the last step, is weekly reviewing on Sunday. Every Sunday, review how your week went. How many conversations did you start? How many proposals did you send? How many retainers did you close? And then adjust your plan from the numbers. This keeps you accountable and it prevents wasted effort. If you follow this checklist for 4 months, you won't need to wonder anymore how editors land 5K a month retainers, because you will be living it. By consistently doing this, you will be stacking retainers, building authority, and finally taking control over your freelance career. And I want to be real with you, I'm also doing the great lock-in. Every day from the start of September to the last day of December, I follow my own outreach schedule, post authority signals, build case studies, and spend time improving my ROI editing skills. And I want you to see that this isn't theory, it's practice. I'm locked in alongside of you, and I'm not asking you to do anything I wouldn't do myself. And that's the only way this works. If I can stay committed, you can too. If you keep following the own path, you'll be stuck at $200 gigs year after year, juggling 15 to 20 projects a month just to scrap together some cash. And burnout starts becoming normal for you. You spend your evenings and nights editing instead of living your dream life. But now picture this. You followed the great lock-in. You have 3 to 4 high-ticket clients paying you monthly. You're earning more than 5K plus a month. You have the freedom because you know your income is stable. You don't need to edit more than maybe 4 hours a day, making more than most people do with normal jobs. By January, the choice is clear. You can either still be grinding like everyone else, wondering why nothing changes, or you can look back knowing you took advantage of the great lock-in while everyone else wasted 2025 looking for scraps. If you want my help making your own daily checklist, or just want some personal help, then you can DM me on Instagram, because I reply to every ambitious video editor. Or you can go watch the free video I mentioned earlier. It's on the screen right now, and it's the exact roadmap that will take you to 5K a month. And remember, don't just watch, take action.